Posehn. I used to have a podcast where I played Dungeons and Dragons with a bunch of my friends. I missed it, so I decided to make a new one. It's called Brian Posehn's Nerd Poker. It's myself, a couple of my buddies, Blaine Patch, Dan Telfer, Ken Daly, an occasional guest or two, and we're going to be playing in a new setting, my dining room. Each week you'll hear my wife, my son, my dogs, and we're going to be playing in a place that I love and playing the game that I've loved half my life, Dungeons and Dragons. We've got 5th edition, and we're ready. So are you ready? Here's Brian Posehn's Nerd Poker.
Hey, everybody.
It's Brian. He just asked me to do a weird one, so that's what I did. Brian Posehn, you're listening to Brian Posehn's Nerd Poker.
Oh, boy, it's a heck of a kind of poker.
I've got some friends here. Same friends as usual,
Yeah.
but
Hey.
we've got Ken, Dan, Blaine.
Hi.
Hey, hi. You know, we go back a long time. We've done so many shows. We did Nerd Uno. We did Nerd Pinochle.
Yep.
We did Nerd Bridge.
Nerd backgammon.
Yeah, we did Nerd Nerd Pai
Baccarat.
Gow.
Yeah.
Nerd cribbage.
Nerd
Yep.
Cribbage.
Yep.
Yeah, some amazing Nerd Old
Nerd
Maid.
tennis back in the
Dice.
70s.
Yes. Yeah.
Good stuff. Been through a lot.
Yep.
Let's take a look at that clip.
Hey,
Nerd
you guys.
stickball.
We have some serious new loot.
Oh, yeah, we got some
yes.
nice stuff.
You've heard us give verbal blowjobs to Elderwood Academy before, but holy shit! So I
Thanks,
have.
Elderwood Academy.
Yeah, thank you. And
My goodness.
so it's basically like this. I had this sweet ass Cthulhu dice tower. And they sent us all the books that you could put your dice in and roll your dice in. But everybody was always like, "Hey Dan, you got a dice tower." And then they would just kind of quietly stare at me for a second, and then we would change the conversation. No more of that, son. We
all got dice towers.
Elderwood came through. Everyone's got dice towers.
Very nice.
And they've got the Nerd Poker logo or emblem on them.
Not-
logo. Yeah.
Not too shabby.
They're pretty cool.
Amazing.
My likeness burned into wood.
They did a beautiful high res like wooden burn of our logo into these dice towers. It is the greatest swag.
Yeah, it's
so
pretty
we
cool.
might,
And the thing I
yeah.
really love is if you look into it at the
Not
right
a
angle.
kaleidoscope line.
It is no look. I'm looking into it. I can hear the Family Affair theme.
They look a little like a leather and wood kaleidoscope, but they might sell those eventually. We're
Holy
talking
shit.
to them about it.
Sorry, I'm looking at this racy picture of Miss Beasley.
In the meantime, if you
Right,
guys,
yeah, whoa, take off that blue polka dot dress.
I'd
Those
love for them
orthopedic
to
shoes, Mrs. Beasley.
sell some Nerd
So
Poker
here's
merchandise.
the deal. Like they sent this to us because they were super happy with the promotion we did back in August, early September. And so what they said was, "Hey, why don't we set up a little link, and we'll give you some of the proceeds if people use the link?" Because they said they noticed people were writing in the notes when they made orders, like, "We heard about you through Nerd Poker." So hey, why don't you go buy some more stuff, or if you haven't yet, go for it.
These dice towers are really awesome.
But go to elderwoodacademy.com/nerdpoker.
Yeah, they make great stuff.
And we'll tweet out a link around the time this episode drops.
This is like the kind of stuff, it sounds cheesy, but you never knew you needed until you have it. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like,
Well, and I bet like
I've played.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people think that maybe I haven't played Dungeons and Dragons for 30 years because I still don't understand the fucking rules.
Well, to be fair,
but that's because I've smoked
They
pot
do-
for
yeah.
28 years.
they also resell you a
or
$50 set of rules every 10 years or
Change
so.
it. Keep changing them.
Yeah, but I'm going to stop asking. There's a particular listener who doesn't want me to ask about raging anymore, so I won't.
He looked like he was a disappointed lover just then. But yeah, we
But what I'm saying is, this stuff, I've never had a tray like this. I've never had,
when you started the podcast and like you started getting a huge fan base, did you feel like you had leveled up as a nerd a little bit?
Yeah.
Do you feel like maybe you leveled up again, now that you have your fucking face burned into a dice tower?
Pretty cool. Yeah, you never realize you needed that until that happens.
Oh man.
I needed that.
I think you've got a variation too. Like my dice tower is a clear shot all the way down, but you look like you guys got a ramp.
Yeah,
We have a thing that kind of
That gives it a little click.
Yeah.
it flips the die.
He does a
on the way
triple
down.
Indy.
It's a little
I saw one guy did a dive.
That must be the experiment because they told me they wanted to try an experiment with
And it rolled a
the dice.
20. I just did a triple Indy into a 20.
Oh,
so that's
man.
pretty sweet.
I just did an 18.
What is 16?
A 17.
11. 5. This is great.
Welcome to the Rolling Dice Podcast with your host.
But
Watching somebody play Mattel Electronics football.
We sure will.
Okay.
Hey, Patreon.
Oh, by the way, the people that won, I finally sent out your prizes.
Yeah,
They
you
were
can
sitting
stop
on-
emailing the Nerd Poker account saying,
they
"Hey,
probably-
did it get lost? Can I have a tracking number, please?"
They probably smell like my dog Ernie because they were sitting where he sleeps for several weeks.
That's true, and I saw you express his anal gland on all the boxes. so you
That
could
was
track
my
him.
anal gland.
Oh,
Yummy.
hey, Patreons. You know what? You make this podcast what it is. So hey, thank you, Templeton Peck.
Templeton.
Pack.
That's from a thing.
He's an explorer.
Thank you, Torgo Love.
There you go.
We all know where
sweet,
Torgo's
sweet
from.
Torgo love. The
Manos.
forbidden Torgo love.
Thank you, Riley Van.
Riley Van.
Riley
Thanks,
Van. What?
Thank you, Andy Gladys.
Thanks, Andy.
Are you sure that's not and why Gladys?
Why, Gladys? Why? And,
Why glad? Why is?
All right.
And thank you, Rex.
Thanks, Rex.
Thanks, Rex.
You're great.
I didn't know the Secretary of State
Love
listened to
you and
Nerd
Toy
Poker.
Story 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, isn't he voiced by I always forget the guy's name, but he's like a playwright too. So
It's
I knew
Wallace Shawn.
Yeah, Wallace Shawn. Yeah.
Inconceivable.
Yeah.
Rhodes looked like Wallace Shawn for the first 4 months of his life.
Oh, you know what? Most babies do.
yeah. I would hold Rhodes up when he was tiny and go, inconceivable.
And he would be like, "Let me tell you about the screeching eels." So, hey, why don't we catch everybody up on the story thus far?
Sounds good.
If this is your first episode, what a weird time to jump in, but why the fuck not? So you're on a weird dark island called Minna. You're hunting the Demolith, a guy who's sort of the dark lord of the island.
Would this be the most dangerous game?
I think
According
man is
to
the
some
most
chick
dangerous
tracks,
game of the
it's
other.
I think a
Certainly is.
Demolith would be more dangerous than
Man
man.
is the most dangerous game.
Oh, but
That's
a
what I meant
Demolith,
to
I
say.
think, would be more of
Yeah,
a.
let me say it one more time. Man is the most dangerous.
Oh, man's the most dangerous game. I thought it was High Lie.
Amy Man is the most dangerous game.
I like it's pretty dangerous.
Most
And if
dangerous
rollerball
game
was
is,
real, that would be the most dangerous. game.
Fourth grade Smear the Queer is actually.
Oh, problematic, Brian. Problematic.
I said fourth
Starring
grade
Moshe Kasher.
in the 70s.
God. I had to play that game a lot against my will.
Um,
They had their
I
own
got-
rules at my school.
Believe me, I got smeared quite a bit.
Yeah. Hey, everybody. So we got some vampires you've been killing. Mm-hmm. And you got this little army, and you're traveling across the wastelands
Little army?
Through some ghosty mists. And you just emerged from the mists after killing one of the vampires, and you're trying to meet one you're kind of friends with. You kind
Our
of
friend Vampire?
made an alliance with Count Barris.
Yes. We're looking for him.
And you're heading back to an abandoned dwarven city that he has been hiding out in. So you don't know much about it other than you passed it on the way down to recruit the wood elves. You saw a large stone gate in the side of a mountain, and you're approaching that area right now. So Ken has got his map out if you want to share with the group, Ken. Our beautiful map drawn by listener Sean Bryant. There's the gate you're approaching right there.
Oh, yeah.
What's in front of it? Looks like yuckum.
And that's what you're seeing, actually, the yuckum. So the ground has been sandy, dusty.
I love the other map.
The main Wu-Tang style map.
Wu-Tang map ain't nothing to fuck with. That's what I like.
Is that the shirt we're making? We're gonna put that on a.
I'd love to have a shirt that says Wu-Tang map ain't nothing to fuck with the map. That would be really funny.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe we could do it on like a brown shirt and like ask Sean to remove the border. So it's just like the island like floating on the shirt, and then you put in like a solid black font under it, like
right.
Wu-Tang mapping.
Is this going to be instead of my Happy Fisherman shirt?
Yeah. You get a free Happy Fisherman shirt when you get the
fans. The next fan art we need is we need twee fishing.
Where's the four of us doing the Happy Fisherman thing on the back?
I don't know.
Or we
what
can all
that
fly
is.
united.
Yeah, what is the Happy Fisherman thing? Because I'm just envisioning just like a cute Norman Rockwell thing.
If I ever produce a show, that was going to be my card.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What is it?
The Happy Fisherman is like a really stupid drawing, a funny drawing. It's a guy standing in the water fishing, and he's like got a big smile on his face. And then you see under the water that is there's a fish sucking his dick.
And then there's three bubbles coming out of the water.
Yeah, Happy Fisherman. There it is.
Look at his toes.
Yeah, and I just saw variations on that.
Real toe curler.
On that shirt.
I take it back. Nobody draw this.
Yeah, don't anybody draw us as the
No.
Happy Fisherman.
No.
You can beat that.
Edit point.
Although
Edit
Flying
point.
United would be good.
Or making bacon.
Or being so happy
so-
we could just shit.
We're approaching the wall.
And you've got you got a small army with you, and you're the ground changes.
Stuff on the ground, right?
Yeah, it's not stuff on the ground, but rather the ground has been changed somehow. The ground is a different kind of rock. It's a
glass?
shiny
Black?
black rock.
Like an obsidian almost?
Yes, like an
Been
obsidian
burnt-
almost.
Burnted.
And as you approach, Gago kind of wakes up and he starts fluttering over Bodhi's shoulder. He's kind of was sleeping in a
What is it, Gago?
He's like, I don't know, man. I just got a weird vibe and I woke up.
What kind of vibe?
I don't know, just a magical vibe, I guess. And the deer and the wood elves that are riding them all kind of stop. Your steeds weren't stopping those. So you guys, unless you want to stop, your steeds are just proceeding over the shale as if nothing has happened.
Yeah, let's keep
Can we
going.
detect evil, anybody?
Oh, that's a good question.
Not at the moment, no. Unless you got to cast the spell too. I mean, you don't just have like a sonar
no, I don't
hat
know if
on.
anybody
Right,
has
right.
that.
Who can
Anybody?
cast it?
Does Gago? Does anybody have?
Nah, man. I just got kind of like an innate soft sense magic thing because I'm a fey creature.
Cool.
And
Is it getting stronger as we get closer to this thing, obviously?
I feel like it's the ground. You're continuing on. The wood elf army has stopped completely, and you're kind of leaving them behind.
Oh,
and
well, so let's ask them what's going on. Why are they stopping?
Foreign calls out and says, "My steeds don't want to cross this rock. There's something that's frightening them, and
It's going to turn liquid and then engulf us and then turn solid again.
you notice some of the druids are getting off their mounts and examining very closely without touching the
Get off
ground.
of this.
Yeah, let's get off. Let's,
You gonna head back? Or you gonna
track
just
back.
dismount?
No, head back.
yeah, head back. And
All right. So you head back, and yeah, the druids are casting some, sort of detect spells. They say there's definitely some kind of curse on the ground here. They wonder if your steeds are unaffected because they're undead.
Oh, maybe.
Hence why you were able to travel over it
Okay.
before without really stopping.
That's why they didn't stop.
Yeah, but they're
we
wondering
just-
if something will happen if
Do we
a
think he's
living
right at the
creature
gate?
touches
Where
it.
is Barris?
Let's throw somebody on it.
So the gate, you see it in the distance, but it's really far away. It's a solid 5 miles
Wow, shit.
across
Are
this.
are there any sort of stepping stones in the middle of this blackness?
A couple, but they're real
Really?
far apart.
Okay.
Like you see, there's boulders that kind of jut out of it, but they're like, 100 yards apart at least.
Fly.
Yeah, I'm going to go up and take a look around.
Okay. Twee, as you fly over, you see it's just a waste. It's a wasteland like the one you came from, except here the ground is different. How high up are you?
I'm gonna kind of fly high enough that I don't get spotted by anyone over at that gate.
Okay.
But I'm gonna go up far enough and fly around fast enough to kind of take a look around to see if there's any
Okay.
paths or any place where there's regular ground closer to the gate.
Yeah, you'd have to fly a lot closer to get a good look at or make any observations about the shale itself or the obsidian or whatever you want to call it. I can tell you right now it's neither, but it looks like something between those two things.
Okay.
My word and your word. And yeah, there's a small patch outside the gate of regular ground. You definitely looking at the gate, it looks like it descends a little bit. Maybe there's some kind of door. You can't quite tell from where you're at. Nothing unusual other than just sort of the ground is different and it's open space. There's no trees. There's no
way to get around it and come down from above?
No, in fact, once you do a complete circle, you realize it looks like sort of a splash zone. It looks as if this shale has splattered outwards from around the gate, almost as if the gate is wearing it like a long beard. So the gate is up against the side of the mountain. The black rock goes up the wall around the gate a little bit, but not all the way up as high as the gate is. The gate is a couple 100 yards high, and the black rock goes up the side of the mountain like 20 yards. And then 5 miles in every direction in a semicircle around the gate, there's just this black wasteland.
Okay, let's go back to the other continent.
The continent? You mean like just don't go see Barris?
Can we create some kind of a magical bridge or something? Or?
Yeah, I'm trying to think if I don't think I could levitate a platform and take you guys across it, because then we'd.
Well, the
No,
druids
supports it much
are
more.
having a conversation. They said they think they can concoct a combination of spells like dispel evil and
Okay.
maybe even levitate and try something on all the
Because if nothing
steeds,
else, our
but
steed could go across.
they would pretty much want to race across and have to be really careful and.
Right.
And yeah, they say if you give them about an hour, they should be able to. Oh, what did you just? Oh, you just figured out how to take your plank out?
It's a magnet.
Oh, it's a magnet. Ooh, so it's removable. Elderwood Academy, you make some fancy shit. It's great. And I mean the good kind of shit, just like synonym for stuff. Oh, are you seeing if it fits in mine? Oh, it does.
Look at that.
I just didn't get one. Because you guys got prototypes, basically.
Prototype.
So yeah, what do you want to do? Wait an hour.
These
and see
prototypes. Oh
the
god,
druids
don't tell
can
anyone
cook
I
up?
said that.
It's a real crapshoot. The Formeyer
Yeah.
tells you like you can trust his spells, but he barely trusts them, and he's conferring with the other elder in the group and wondering if they should just camp here, unless you have a better idea.
What do you guys think? Should we risk it and go on these?
He says they'll follow you if you want them to,
These
but
undead steeds and just go.
if you let them make a decision, they're 50-50 right now.
Is there anything we can test it with?
Yeah, there's little rocks everywhere.
Throw a rock on it.
If you wait around, you can see if there's any wildlife.
That's
we
what
walked
we're
out.
doing.
How far did we walk out? And
But we
nothing
were on
happened?
undead steeds.
Yeah.
So
would've
if you
gotten
look at
off, we
the
might've-
if you look at the map again, you walked across the edge of it. So for like about a mile of it, you crossed it. But you saw the gate and decided not to explore it. So you
Right,
walked
okay.
southeast across it. Now you're going straight north, and yeah, you know if you've got an hour while they cast spells on their steeds. If you want, you can wait, and I can roll to see if any wildlife shows up.
Yeah.
All right. So this is a wasteland. I'm gonna say I'm gonna give you 3 rolls, and if it goes over 16, something will show up. I'll roll a dice to see what.
Oh, you're wrong.
Yep. Okay, and then I have 4 kinds of wildlife that might show up. I'm gonna roll a 4-sided. Woohoo! Okay. So something that looks like a large two-headed lizard about the size of a toaster just sort of casually is wandering by about 20 yards away from where your group is.
How big is it?
About the size of a toaster.
And what is it?
It's a two-headed lizard.
Oh,
I'm
weird.
gonna try and catch it. I'm gonna try and catch one. Catch it.
How you gonna?
Take some food and sort of maybe lure. I mean, usually if you catch, like I used to catch,
a big juicy fly, man.
I used to catch horny toads and I would just run up and grab them.
Is that what you're gonna try?
I'm fairly dexterous.
All right. Why don't you roll a dex check? What's your modifier? Oh, you know what? I should be a good DM now that I've got D&D Beyond, and
You know what it
I forget a new part of my setup is busting out all your characters in my browser.
It's a 4 in my paper. Is it? I think it's a 5 in your thing.
It's a 7 if you had a couple of drinks. Oh, God.
Brian, are you okay?
Nah.
You were out for a while. You all right?
Like,
You're the only one who actually like made their character with your
Trump
own account,
win?
so you take longer. Okay, you have a modifier +4.
Go back into your
So
medically induced coma.
you need to catch him on first try. You need 15. Bam! All right.
I count
You do like a hop and a skip and a scoop, and you just grab this guy right below the jawline, so he's completely helpless.
All right.
What you want to do with him?
I'm gonna toss him onto the obsidian.
I approve of that.
It's
How far are you gonna throw him?
Should I do it?
not far enough to kill
Why
him.
don't you guys take a second to decide who's throwing it and what you're
I'll
gonna,
throw him.
how you're doing
I
it?
don't want to kill him though. I just wanted to get him onto the black
Right.
glassy part.
I mean, you could try to skip him like a stone.
No, I don't want to injure him.
Okay. Then I won't do it.
Unless you want to fly him and no, I don't think that's safe. I don't want you to get.
Are you
close
sure?
To I don't want him to get close.
It's
to
interesting.
This stuff.
No, I'll stay
That's
with
up to you.
Just toss it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna toss him.
How hard are you gonna throw him?
Give him a nice lobby throw.
All right. I'm gonna say roll a 6-sided,
Yeah, not overhanded. Or
and it's
anything.
gonna go 2 feet for every number on the dice
All right. From the edge of the.
from the edge.
blackness. So 6 feet.
Okay. So it goes thud, and it lands on its back, and it turns over. It kind of looks around for a rock to skitter to. It starts heading away, like towards you, like away from the gate, like kind of like running back. And the ground starts to rise up a little bit where it landed, and it takes the form of an obsidian humanoid shape that looks vaguely dwarvish.
bigger.
It's
Bigger.
holding in its hand some kind of stone club, and it crushes the lizard in one hit and descends back into the obsidian.
Weird.
Huh.
Well, that's something we could potentially fight if we had to. But if we're on our horses, we can get to the door.
Yeah. I'm for going.
With or
But
without
we
your
can't get the other
friends.
people to go.
They're not that good of friends.
Do you want them to stay, or do you want them to try their spell and come with you? They don't. They'll go either.
When will they? But I thought we had to wait another hour or
You
something.
basically waited an hour for wildlife to show up, and
Oh, okay.
they're ready to go now.
Okay, let's go then.
That's our army.
They're up
Yeah,
for trying it. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just saying I didn't want to fucking wait anymore. But if we don't
Now
have
you
to-
know what may happen if any of their reindeer's hooves accidentally makes contact with the obsidian.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, so there, I'm gonna do a group.
thought it was
So wait a minute,
shale.
So we're gonna have them follow us or not?
Yeah, they're gonna follow you, and basically you're going 5 miles. So I'm gonna do
5 miles.
yeah,
About you said it was
Door's
about
5
5
miles away. Wow.
yeah.
you-
And if you were by yourselves, there would basically be no chance of an encounter because your steeds are undead and they're
That's
not
what
going
I'm
to
saying.
trigger
That's
this.
why I don't necessarily want to bring the army with us.
Oh, okay. Oh shit.
Yeah, I'm,
Wow.
Those magnets are strong.
Holy crap.
This stuff is just fun to play with.
I wish I knew how magnets work. If only there was a video.
If only someone would wrap it to me. I would basically do a roll to equal the 5 miles as a check to make sure that their deer were dexterous enough to make it across.
Oh, you're
the
going to do
expanse.
that.
I'll do it. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
You game?
Yeah.
How many? I don't know.
You got 17 soldiers coming with you, so I got to roll.
it's like
It's
our
too
army.
big of a chance. If you want it,
No, I know.
I'll give you a better chance if you want to bring fewer people. But the more people you bring, the greater the odds that one of their hooves is just going to.
Yeah, let's split them.
Because you look at the steeds and you see that they're all like hovering 6 inches off the ground, and he says they've got a dispel evil on them as well. A special kind of dispel evil that's dispel, like it's got some undead in there.
But still, let's
take half.
take half.
Okay, so he picks 8 of his bravest soldiers, tells a couple of the braver ones to stay behind as well to protect, and they said they're going to set up a camp. 4 will accompany you as well.
Cool.
And so I'm going to roll, and I'm going to say their overall dex evens out to pretty good, but it's only a 15. So I'm going to roll 5 times for each mile and let you know what happens. It's a success.
This is going to take a while. Might want to mention that it's a good time to get some tickets to an
Success.
exciting new musical, Snap, Crackle, and Pop, a very
rolling
special
high.
one-woman show. Seats still available at the Montalban. For some reason, they can't seem to sell any tickets for the Snap, Crackle, and Pop, very special one-woman show at the Montalban. So please help them out. Please help them out, the Montalban. They really need this one. They need this one. The guy put his heart and soul into it. I don't want to tell you who it is. Somebody very near and dear to me. Wrote, produced, directed, starred, and reviewed this amazing one-woman show, Snap, Crackle, Pop. At the
Last one.
Montalban. It's not me. I'm not talking about myself. I would never do such a thing. It's not my wife. And it's nobody that's related to us directly. So anyway, but still a chance to get tickets. Snap, Crackle, and Pop. It's an exciting bio-musical.
Who's it
Tells you-
by?
What, sorry?
What's the story about? Who's it tell the story of?
Oh, Snap, Crackle, and Pop. Well, it's the story of 3 siblings that they get magical powers when they get soaked in milk,
Oh, I see.
and they
That sounds amazing.
yeah.
I want to hear how they discovered these
It's a
powers.
musical?
Well, they all got jobs. They were in Alaska, and their father was one of those ice road truckers. And
I was really hoping
swallowed up by the ice.
for
And
a
the
different kind of getting
mom
soaked in
was
milk
just-
story.
had hepatitis real bad and died when they were young, and then they had
Hey, Brian, wake up. Wayne's
Yeah.
almost done with this bit.
Anyway, then they sold themselves into milk slavery, and that's when they found out when the milk hit them that
There's
they got
pizza coming, Brian. There's pizza coming.
that they hated the milk so much they started yelling and snapping
Oh
and
my God.
crackling and popping.
This bit.
I
Okay.
don't want to spoil anything.
So you get... that ended on a great milk joke. Thank
Anyway, there's still some tickets available.
feel
I'm
bad
not
that,
not sure why or how there would be.
Our audience
tickets
wasn't
still
able to
available.
see my eyes roll into the back of my fucking head during
you
that.
get about half a mile away from the gate. Big black expanse behind you. You're real close. You start seeing a little deep into the gate. There are indeed doors. The gate itself looks like it's thousands of years old. Really old stone. The top of it's been severely damaged. The bottom of it's been severely damaged. You're wondering exactly why the middle is the healthiest part of the gate. But it looks like there was some sort of ground battle at some point, and something either collided with or happened near the top of the gate as well.
Okay.
Partially caved in. You see a wrecked cart covered in rubble. You see what looks like a door that's maybe only a couple centuries old as opposed to thousands that's been fixed to the gate. So it's not new, but it's not old like the rest of the gate. And it's sort of
taking over this place.
stands out a little bit. And right when you notice that door, one of the reindeer trips over one of the rocks that's sticking up out of the shale Obsidian.
Shale.
And its knee plants right in there. quickly it regains itself and hovers up again.
I bet you one of those creatures is going to show up.
They all start booking it towards the gate. None of them are touching the ground because of the speed, but you can tell they've been careful so far and kind of going slow, and now they're trying to reach as close to fuck it speed as they can without accidentally touching the ground. It's tough because the reindeer seem unsure how to hover walk. They're kind of like over the ground, but you guys you make about half the distance before you realize you're being chased by one of those obsidian dwarves.
Yeah, who cares? One of them.
Try to outpace him. Just try to outpace him.
It's moving real fast.
Yeah.
You make it right to the gate, and it gets past. Just as you passed the obsidian, it walks off of the obsidian.
Oh.
I want to attack it.
Yeah, roll for initiative.
50.
12.
10.
12, 10, 50.
Oh, wait, don't I have
10,
an
12,
initiative
15.
bonus? I do.
Yeah, you should all have some kind of modifier.
Still only
Oh,
12.
initiative? Where's that one?
I still just rolled a 12. So
Okay.
Ken probably goes first.
I don't know where my bonus is.
I think it's
It's right there.
bonus.
You got a 4.
Oh, initiative. Plus
Yes.
4.
Yes.
That's a 19.
Wow, hear that, listeners? I told somebody something. I actually knew where something was on my page.
okay.
My sheet. Character sheet.
So he rolled real low. A bunch of arrows immediately go against this guy, like 6 of them. Mostly archers are with you. So, and they all just bounce right off and snap as they hit the obsidian. Forenmeyer goes into bear mode and dismounts. And he grabs hold of this thing by the neck with his jaw, just as you go, Tom.
Well, he's grabbing it?
Yeah.
Can't really. I'm going to shoot a firebolt at it, I guess, but I'm
Go
afraid
for it. Sure.
It's not going to hit him?
I'm going to say if you roll a 1 or a 2, it's going to...
Don't roll a 1 or a 2.
What?
roll
this
20,
is to see
roll
how
20,
I-
roll
yeah,
20.
Okay, got it. Yeah,
Yeah, you're fine. So roll for damage.
Forenmeyer, the bear's okay.
He is... I don't know. Save it, Dan.
Save it.
Save it.
Save it.
Did I say his name wrong?
Forenmeyer?
Oh, Forenmeyer. Yeah.
17.
All right, so he resists a nice chunk of that because he is made of stone, and you shot
stone.
fire at him. But as your
It's not
fire,
much of fire. It's
your fireball goes poof into him. Forenmeyer whips his neck, and he goes like flying and lands back in the obsidian. And
Fortmeyer?
no, the
black
stone
thing.
dwarf. Twee, you're up.
Fortmeyer?
Fortenmeyer. And so this thing is back into the obsidian, right?
He's about
Yeah,
20
he's back in
yards
black.
in. He looks like he took a lot of damage from getting tossed.
Is he getting up and coming back
you
towards
He's
Really?
getting up, but he lost his turn.
Are you saying a dwarf got tossed? So you just said.
No,
Okay, that's what I said.
that's what you said, you fucking asshole.
I'm going to go fly directly over it, and I'm going to fire a thunder wave directly on top of its head.
Cool. Let's find out what happens with that thunder wave right after this. Nerd poker break for pizza. Hey Sam, wake up, motherfucker. Oh, you were ready. You're giving me the finger. Let's pause.
We're back.
Biggity back.
It's not real smoke.
Blaine, you're descending on this guy about to cast thunder wave.
Sure.
Tastes like sour
Why don't you
Skittles.
roll for damage, fella?
Why not I roll for damage?
It's 2d8, I believe, unless you get an extra dice for your level. I'm not
With
sure.
some cream on the exit.
Second level or higher, damage increases for every.
And the thunder
1d8.
wave.
Hell no! Somebody's stealing my Ducati.
Wow.
Wow, slow it down.
A little Fast and Furious happening.
Yeah, that was the most engine noise I've ever heard at your house. That was amazing.
Well,
You told me about the kids who live nearby.
Yeah.
8. Do I get another one? Cause of level. I'm 6th, right?
I'm looking it up. At higher level, when you cast a spell using a spell. Oh, what's the spell slot? Is it second level or higher?
I think it's.
Tell me what spell slot level it is.
It's probably just on 1 or 2. So it's just those 2 then. 8.
Okay. So, yeah, you crunch him. Looks like part of his hand falls off. He gets on his knees, stands back up, and starts walking back towards the group without acknowledging you.
What could I do to this guy?
You are up, Bodhi.
I wish I had something special for him. Other than just raging.
Yeah, you don't have a lot of distance weapons. He's kind of marching in, so...
Right, well, I'm going to go hand to hand with him, but...
All your compatriots are pulling out either swords or a couple of them have...
Hammers?
They got maces. They're not really people of hammers.
Is this like a tall guy? Is he
Yeah,
a big guy?
No, he looks like a dwarf.
I just have my...
I mean, he's stout, but that's why
big
you
ol'
think he's a
sword.
dwarf, because he's short and he's got broad shoulders.
Do I have a? Okay. All right. I'll wait till the next thing.
I'm going to rage.
All right.
How many do I get? Fuck all of you.
I wish you could have seen just the quizzical look on Brian's face and the angry as fuck eyebrows when he said that.
I'm a good actor sometimes. I got my one note. You go to Paris, France. That'd be 22 at his face.
Cool. He's not in range yet, so
I was. Why'd you let me do that then?
I don't know. It was fun.
Not for me.
I was waiting to see exactly
was,
what you thought you were doing.
I thought I was close to him. I said I was gonna go hand to hand.
He's like 10 yards away. So like
Okay.
he's close, but you'd have to step on. I mean, like if you want to step onto the black rock, you get to take that swing you just rolled.
Oh, but I thought he had walked off of it.
No, he's marching back. I mean, he got thrown far enough. It's going to take him a turn to get all the way back.
Okay, well I'll wait then. I don't have a ranged weapon.
So you're just going to hang out at the edge. Are you going to go right to the edge, or are you going to back up a little bit, wait for him to like set foot, or are you going to try to knock him back again?
Yeah, right up to the edge.
Okay, cool. All the other elves wait as well, and they're not firing arrows or anything. Once he gets in there, pardon me while I do the little auto roll. I have an algorithm set up to automatically do a dice roll when there's this huge number of elves, because it just would be tedious if you watched me roll dice 8 times. For
that, you know.
I guess they're like scimitars. Scimitars are swords. They're like a small mace. They're like a long. They're longer than they are heavy at the end. Yeah, scimitars. Yeah, the curvy sword. This looks more like I don't know, like a long bat with a knob at the end of it. So
Like my dick.
Hell yeah, bro.
Wow, it got me to the trademark.
Welcome to Jock Poker.
so they
We should make football jerseys with that.
they go right up with Bodhi, and the ones who get a roll before all wind up, and as soon as this guy is in range, they thud almost in unison into this guy. So there's like three elves with clubs wait for him to get close, and in an attempt to knock him back again, kind of just go crack into his torso, and they take some chunks out of him. He wheels back a little bit, but then he starts marching forward again. Forenmeyer backs up behind Bodhi. Tom, you're up.
Yeah, I'm gonna pop him with my sword.
Go for it.
I'm in range, yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
This would be a good time to mention tickets still available for the Snap, Crackle, and Pop musical. Very special one-woman show at the Montalban.
Who's playing Snap, Crackle, and Pop? You said it's a one-person show, right? Or one-woman show.
You know what? There's a lot of things that you just have to kind of go and
He
sit
doesn't
up
take
front
the whole 13.
to understand.
Oh no, that's
Like
your
who's
that's your
actually
swing.
casting
Yeah,
it.
that's
Can I start guessing?
Sure.
that's a hit. Yeah, roll for damage.
Share.
6.
So yeah, he doesn't take 6.
That was
but
easy. She's one.
you knock a couple
Well, I
of
thought it was a
pebbles
one-woman
off of him.
show.
Nice.
Well, there's also
Twee. Twee.
Crackle and Snap.
Well, that's a 3-person show.
What would you like to do, Twee?
Well, she's the woman in it.
Hey, Twee.
There's what? Sorry.
DM takes over your character in
Oh,
3, 2.
Oh, hey, I'm going to cast my little friend Unseen Servant, and my friend Unseen Servant is going to try to do.
Remember, you've got a new trick you can do with him. He can
right.
manifest from a distance,
He can also hide his penis between his legs.
up to 30 yards.
I was
Can he
thinking
sing that
about
song from a distance?
about having
From a distance.
God, I wish. Oh, damn.
him just sort of being a nuisance that might trip this thing and maybe get it on the ground a little bit, so that we can.
You can have Neil behind him.
Yeah.
Oh, is he going to kneel behind him, or is he going to just straight up try to trip him?
I think he's gonna stay unseen and then try to trip the guy. He's gonna just.
So he's going to plant, and then we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Great.
Is he going to snicker while he does it?
To give himself away.
Forenmeyer is using his turn to see what Bodhi does. He's in bear form. He can't really reach out and attack unless he waddles up with his big old bear body and swats at him. So he's going to let Bodhi have first.
I'm going to hack at this son of a bitch.
Go for it.
Oh, goddamn.
Oh, by the way, are you going to prick your thumb and send a line
raging.
of blood up your sword and have
Yeah,
the
I
Herald
thought
of Kelmar burst
I
into
said I was going to
flames?
rage earlier,
Yeah,
remember?
but I'm talking about you're setting your sword on fire. You're doing that, right?
Oh, yeah, okay.
Blood sacrifice to Cord.
Yes. Yeah.
All right, great.
That would be a 19.
All right. So that's a hit.
So you got that.
Roll for damage, please. Remember, you've got a +1 greatsword now, so add a 1 to whatever you roll for your attack.
Yeah. Cher plays Pop.
Oh, okay. The 5, 9, 10.
So, as Bodhi winds up and plants the Herald of Kelmar right in the torso of this obsidian dwarf, the sword kind of lands with a chunk, almost as if he's made of wood.
Oh, no.
The fire seems, for just a second, to get sucked out of his sword and into the body of the dwarf.
Oh, good.
And he explodes backwards in flaming charcoal across the waist.
Is he dead?
He's
No,
obliterated.
now he's
dead.
50 dwarfs.
You get the sense that maybe he could have taken a
Is
lot
he
more
dead?
hits because he didn't look in rough shape, but maybe that he is extremely weak to fire. I don't know if you caught that because you were enjoying your riff.
Wu-Tang thing?
Listeners, Brian was smiling and letting the engineer know what a
'Cause-
great joke he'd made while I was
'cause
explaining
Sam
something.
Sam got my stupid Wu-Tang reference. Anyway. You go to Paris, France. I obliterated the fucker.
And you think he might have had a lot of hit points left, but maybe your fire did a little.
Oh,
something.
wow. Okay. So,
The listeners
Good
knew
to
that
know.
about 2 minutes ago.
right.
Yeah. Because I explained it into the microphone while you were completely ignoring it.
I can still hear when I'm riffing. I don't know how.
Really?
Yeah. Do your ears shut down when you're saying funny things?
Yeah.
They do.
Yeah, yeah.
Mine don't.
Oh,
They're
really?
still wide open, see?
Okay. Because what I'm going to do from now on is while you're riffing, talk a lot of shit. Like a lot of shit. Yeah. So you now turn around and you notice you've got a small audience at the gate.
Okay.
You see
Tickets still available.
More of these guys?
no, but at the gate, giving you a little bit of a golf clap. There are 3 drow, kind of just very snarkily going. They're dressed in shoddy leather armor, and there's a large spider with them.
There's 3 of
The
them?
door is closed. There's 3 of them.
Their names aren't Snap, Crackle, and Pop, are they?
Their names are Snizap, Krizackle, and Krizop. No, absolutely, that is not what
I was
it's
going to say that would be weird.
I wonder if they know my. If
you had planned
a
this out
friend
for
named
months.
Blackie Green. I wonder if they know.
Well, they're drow. Blackie Green, I believe, was a straight up elf.
Oh, I thought he was a drow.
Nah.
You've never
You're
played
thinking.
a drow, have you?
I played.
My
I played
character
a
was
drow.
a
I
drow.
played Fang.
Oh, Fing was a
Fing
drow.
was a drow.
Yeah.
Drow are a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I like drow.
They're like
that's
goths, but elves.
That's why they show up in this campaign once in a while. So, yeah, they're...
Is one of them wearing a Sisters of Mercy shirt?
No, but one of them's wearing a Scissor Sisters shirt.
Don't you mean scissors?
Zero.
Okay. How are they?
I'm fine.
They look like they're in rough shape. They have bad haircuts. One of them's missing an eye. Their skin looks kind of weather torn. You get the impression that they've spent more time above ground than most drow would care to.
Okay.
The spider looks a little battle worn.
Hey, what's up, fellas?
They're
Do
very
they know
dusty.
where Barris is?
They say Barris. Who's Barris?
Or that's who we're looking for, right? I mean, is he? Where is he supposed to
they
meet
know
us?
we're here.
Okay.
You were told by Torzo the Phantasmal, the disgusting toad creature, that Barris was holed up in this city.
Okay, but the
Oh, in
city's
this-
beyond the
in this
gate.
city.
In this dwarven city,
Oh.
that he was in hiding
Beyond this gate.
beyond
That's
this gate.
what we're
Yeah.
here, I
Okay.
forgot.
Cool. Okay.
But these guys are just camped. Not,
okay.
Not camped, but like outside.
You guys
the-
live here, or are you just hanging out? What's going on?
Oh,
Like
no.
scrounging for change.
We're here for the trade.
The trade.
Yeah, we trade with the city.
Oh, interesting.
Why don't you just help us open this door?
I don't know about that.
Well, we're just merchants, just like all the other people who come through here. Why don't you just let us?
You've probably been trying to get in here for a while.
Yeah,
huh?
why haven't you been able to get in?
Oh, you see, that's the thing. One of our party who knew how to open the door, he didn't make it all the way. So we lost our ability to get in the door. We just lost the guy who knew the combination.
That's
And
funny.
You look, the door's got a strange lock on it. The middle of it's got what looks like a series of not needle hole, like finger-sized holes, like in a round lock. It looks like maybe 16 of them, and it looks like either some kind of insertion or twisting or what have you is involved. They introduce themselves as Cud, Lufts, and Hexed.
Hi, fellas.
Hi. Why don't you open this door for us?
Can we try knocking on the door?
Oh, we tried that already.
No, I'm saying we could try that.
Yeah, let's do it.
Walk up.
You're okay with that, right?
You knock and nothing happens.
Is
Knock
this some kind
louder.
of horn or something?
We
or
told you we tried that already.
Should
some
we?
sort of a dig donger?
Can we like buzz the manager's office?
There's no sort of a bell.
You notice the wood elves are shifting uncomfortably and
Yeah,
not putting
that's
away
cool.
their weapons.
No, I'm not comfortable. around
You also
this
get the
kid
feeling
either.
these guys, unless they've got some hidden secret, are way beneath you. They seem really cocky, but you feel like, especially because you brought an army, you could crush them no problem.
Yeah, I'm not afraid of these guys.
I
not
normally
afraid
wouldn't
at all.
tell you that, but these guys look like they're fucked up.
You
They're
said they had
lost.
bad haircuts, so
Yeah.
Somebody want to try to pick this lock?
yeah, I'll do it. I'm not gonna try. I'm gonna do it.
I like you. I like the attitude of your jib.
So, yeah, I would like to examine this lock, figure out what's going on with it. Use my lock a pickle leash. Unplug my sinuses at some point.
All right. What's your thieves' tool proficiency?
My thieves tool
Your thief stool proficiencies.
is. I had that written down and now I don't know where it is. Shit.
Write it down.
It's sleight of hand.
Montalban.
I did have it
Add
written down.
your thieves' tool proficiency to your dexterity modifier, and you'll roll. So, let's see. I have it somewhere. If you want to hang on.
Yeah.
Hey, Blaine, what is this
find it.
proficiency check brought to us by?
Thieves tool proficiency. I'm gonna write it down now.
This is brought to you by Brian's next guest. Who do you think Snap and Crackle are, Brian?
Roseanne and Paula Abdul.
Paula Abdul's right. Roseanne's wrong. Paula Abdul is Snap.
Okay.
What?
This riff.
I'm just saying. One more. Just guess. You'll never guess. You'll never guess who Crackle is.
Oh, okay.
You have an expert. You have 2 rogue expertises you haven't used since you leveled up.
Oh, well, that's
Would you like to throw some
Sting.
thieves' tools in there?
Nope.
yeah.
How many?
Damn it.
First one's thieves' tools, and then,
Sting
you
from
only do one.
WWE.
The other one you got to pick deception.
That's
perception,
the
or
one.
sleight of hand.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
did
so
that
it's Sting
already,
from WWE, Paula Abdul,
I did
and
perception.
Cher
Perception, I think, yeah.
Okay.
at the Montalban. Tickets still available. I don't know why you wouldn't
All right. So
buy a whole
roll-
row and take your friends.
Yeah,
Four is
I
my-
mean, just to see Cher, for fuck's sake.
yeah, for sure.
All right. So roll a 5
With your friends.
Bonus. You need to roll a 20.
You guys still talking about D&D?
So that's a no. You stick a.
What's the opposite of 20?
You break off.
Fingers.
No. Well, you try to do it with some lockpicks. You break off and lose 3 of your lockpicks.
Fuck.
Oh no, not your lock picks.
The guys laugh at you.
I'm out of
And,
lockpicks.
you think we haven't tried that? You think we don't know how to pick a lock?
I usually do. I just rolled bad.
You idiot.
Well, I can try again, or try again.
Do you have any?
You can try again. That's a no. So you don't break a lockpick this time, but you just fuck around and you feel like this lock is way beyond you.
But I have special flashy hands. Isn't
You do, but this is a real intense lock.
Got cool ass flash.
While you take a break, they say, might not want to mess with that too much.
Jekyll Doodle.
Let's just say some bad stuff we've heard happens if you fuck with that lock too much.
All right.
And they all kind of snicker at you. One of them gets on the spider and starts pacing back and forth.
That's freaking me out.
Should we pound on the door again?
Sure.
I'm gonna hit it as hard as I can.
Roll
I'm gonna
strength.
pound
check.
on it.
And I'm gonna say, what knockers?
Let me see what happens when you roll a 20-sided and add your strength modifier, which is a 4.
It would be 15. Yeah.
Plus 4?
Yeah,
Oh, that's right, plus 7.
yeah,
So that's an over a 20. So
yeah.
you bang real loud, and you hear what sounds like stone sliding against stone. The drow guys all back way up from the door.
Okay.
As do we.
Yeah, I'll back up too.
Get away from the door.
The lock slides in a circle. The gate opens, and out comes a dwarf that is not made of obsidian.
I like those kind much better.
It's an older female dwarf. She is wearing really nice armor. She's got a real nice warhammer. And she sees the drow and starts chasing him.
Yeah, they're not friends of ours.
We don't know them.
Do you guys seriously
Yeah.
just like...
Yeah, fuck
These
them.
guys are fucking assholes.
Get him!
Alright.
Get those drow!
Oh, wow, that was perfect. So this is going to be as hilarious as I had hoped.
Someone cue up yakety sax.
So, well, it won't even last that long.
Damn it!
Two of the drow pull out arrows and fire off. They both miss.
Dicks.
The one on the spider tries to lunge at her, and as it goes midair, she smashes its head in half, and the spider just kind of falls to the ground, and the drow that was on its back kind of just tumbles off. The three of them run and press themselves up against part of the rocky gate and beg for mercy.
The aristocrats.
Yeah.
How'd that work out for you guys?
The dwarf is cursing at them and asking why it shouldn't kill them, and they're like, please, you just killed our only way over the obsidian, we have no way back, please let us inside. And she straight up executes one of them.
Jesus.
She just slams the warhammer into its head and splatters it across the wall. The other two go running across the obsidian, and you see two obsidian dwarves rise out of the ground, chase them down, knock them to the ground, pummel them to death, and drag their corpses underneath the obsidian.
Wow. Oh, that went rough for those
Sorry,
guys.
guys.
Coming up next, a comedy of Brian Posehn.
The dwarf turns to you and says, oh, hello.
What's up? Nice work with the hammer there.
Do you know this gentleman?
Oh, they've come here many times. Welcome to the city of Glornadan.
Glornadan!
I am Queen Grisma.
I bet you are.
Hello, Your Highness.
What business do you have? Are you here for the trade?
We're on a mission from God.
There's a whole lot of you. I'm not used to seeing such a
Hey,
large
Illinois
group.
Nazis.
Used to just merchant here, merchant there. Those drow, if you can usually tell right away if they're worth trading with or not, and those were clearly not drow that carried money. They were here to loot.
We're looking for...
An old friend of ours.
Oh, no. You don't mean the coward, do you?
The who?
The coward?
I don't know. Our friend is not a coward.
Count Barris?
Don't tell us
She,
her name.
Oh, right.
she, when you say Count Barris, she throws her head back and laughs and says, yes, the coward. You're here to see the wee little coward.
Oh, boy.
Good for him. The little boy has visitors. Oh, glory, glory.
Ooh, sounds like some issues.
Things didn't work out with Barris.
She explains Count Barris is her great-great-great-grandfather.
Oh, wow.
What?
And she is the last of their line.
Holy
Did he
crap.
seem dwarven to us? When we met
Yeah,
him?
you actually knew. You figured it out. He explained it to you that, and you deduced that through necromancy he had made himself appear
Right. Got it.
much taller and undwarved himself. He was a very self-hating individual and tried to make himself more imposing and basically live out some sort of creepy Dr. Moreau fantasy and change his appearance. And you suspect through dwarven pride, Queen Grisma is not impressed with what he has done to himself. And if he's come here with his tail between his legs, Grisma is not impressed. Not impressed at all. She says, "Oh yes, the coward is in the depths. He's greatly increased our population. We're so thrilled to have him here."
Greatly increase your population.
Yes.
By,
Oh, is he doing his experiments again?
Oh no, we wouldn't allow any of his disgusting abominations inside the city gates.
you having sex with a lot of women?
Oh, you misunderstand.
I do
He's
completely.
increased our population from 7 to 8.
Wow. It's a hell of a place you got here.
Thanks. So, If you like, I'm still willing to trade. I have the stores of Glorindon available for anyone who I deem worthy of trade.
That sounds interesting.
I'm happy to take you down to the shop and we can talk business before you meet the pathetic yellow-bellied coward that is my great-great-grandfather. But
Yeah, let's do a shopping montage.
She invites the elves down, and everyone seems glad to be away from the gate. It's got a very bad vibe, and so even though the elves would normally be distrustful of the dwarf, you don't sense any animosity between them. Clearly, a lot has gone on in this world where they're willing to just sort of accept. In fact, Forenmeyer tells you as you go down the stairs, he had no idea there were any non-undead dwarves left in Amina. And he's very surprised. He thinks this gate was a well-kept secret from the wood elves, and the people she trades with must be quite few and far between.
Right. Well, let's spend some money.
Yeah.
And I think we'll probably do that next episode, you guys.
Thanks for listening. Was there anything we wanted to plug?
No, although I'll say I've got some real cool announcements coming up in my comedy life, so keep an eye on my social media feed, you guys.
What's your Friendster password?
You're about to find out.
Also, check brianposehn.com for dates. I've got I got some things coming up. Philly, Chicago, places like that.
You know what you should do when you're in
see
Philly
me.
is get one of them deep dish pizzas.
Oh my God.
They're famous for that. I'm gonna be on Stand Against Evil.
Oh, nice.
Oh, hell yeah.
It's a very small part, but
Cool,
it's still cool.
That's still pretty cool.
When you're in Philly, get a big cookie. Get a famous big cookie.
Hey, I have 3 words.
Snap, jingle, pop.
Thanks for listening.
Tickets still available.
Thanks for listening to another episode of Nerd Poker. You can follow us at patreon.com/nerdpoker, and you get bonus episodes from there. And you can also send us anything at P.O. Box 16069, Encino, California 91416. Thanks for listening.